The bell above the diner door chimed softly, but no one heard it over the sudden, terrifying sound of claws scraping tile. 14 police dogs. 14. They poured in like a living wall of muscle and fur, noses low, eyes sharp, handlers shouting commands that echoed off the chrome counters. Forks clattered, coffee spilled, someone screamed. Every conversation died mid-sentence as the entire restaurant froze. At the center of it all stood a little black girl in a yellow hoodie. Her name was Maya. She was 7 years old, holding a crayon in one hand and a half-colored placemat in the other, her wide brown eyes fixed on the circle tightening around her. The dogs stopped inches away, forming a perfect ring, their leashes taut, their bodies tense. Maya, her mother cried. Lena dropped the tray she'd been carrying. Plates shattered at her feet, but she didn't feel it. All she saw was her daughter, small, trembling, surrounded by police dogs trained to chase, to pin, to bite. Please, Lena shouted, pushing past shocked customers. That's my baby. An officer stepped in front of her, arm out. Ma'am, stay back, stay back. Lena's voice cracked. She's 7. Maya didn't cry. She didn't run. She stood exactly where she was, because her mother had always told her, if you're scared, don't move. Look at me. And she was looking now, past the dogs, past the badges, to her mother's face. Mommy, she whispered. I'm here, sweetheart, Lena said, fighting the urge to break free. I'm right here. The lead handler, a tall white man with tired eyes, raised his fist. Hold, he commanded. The dogs stayed frozen, muscles quivering. The diner manager, pale and shaking, stammered, What is going on? This is a family restaurant. We're responding to a high-alert K9 training malfunction, the handler said quickly, though his eyes never left Maya. We need everyone to remain calm. A malfunction. Lena's heart pounded so hard she thought she might pass out. She had worked double shifts for years at this diner, smiling through aching feet, biting her tongue through rude comments, saving every extra dollar, just to give Maya a normal life. A safe life. And now 14 police dogs were circling her childlike prey. Maya's fingers trembled. The crayon slipped from her hand and rolled across the floor, stopping right in front of one of the dogs, a massive German shepherd with a scar on his ear. The dog lowered his head and sniffed it. Maya, don't move, Lena pleaded. I didn't do anything, Maya said softly, more confused than afraid. That sentence hit Lena harder than anything else. Of course she didn't, but the world had a way of making black children feel guilty just for existing. The handler swallowed. What's her name? Maya, Lena answered. Her name is Maya. Maya, he repeated, lowering his voice. Sweetheart, can you hear me? Maya nodded. You're doing great, he said. Just keep standing still. One of the customers, a middle-aged woman with silver hair, stood up despite herself. This is ridiculous, she said, her voice shaking with anger. She's a child. Ma'am, please sit, another officer warned. But the woman didn't. You're scaring her to death. Maya's lower lip quivered for the first time. That's when something unexpected happened. The scarred German shepherd sat down. Just sat. Its handler looked down sharply. Rex, stay alert. But Rex didn't move. He tilted his head, eyes locked on Maya, not with aggression, but with curiosity. Maya, without thinking, whispered, Hi, doggy. Every officer stiffened. Don't speak, someone hissed. But it was too late. Maya slowly knelt, just like she'd been taught in school when meeting animals. She kept her hands visible, her movements careful. I like dogs, she said quietly. I help my mommy feed the stray one behind our building. Lena felt tears streaming down her face. Maya, baby, it's okay, mommy, Maya said, her voice small but steady. He looks sad, sad. The handler's brow furrowed. Rex inched forward, sniffing the air again, then gently nudged the crayon with his nose back toward Maya. A murmur rippled through the diner. Another dog sat, then another. One by one, the dogs relaxed, confusion replacing tension. The lead handler exhaled slowly. Stand down, he said, barely above a whisper. The circle loosened, the leashes slackened, and suddenly, the threat was gone. Lena rushed forward and dropped to her knees, pulling Maya into her arms so tightly the child squeaked. The diner erupted into overlapping sounds, crying, gasps, whispered prayers. I was so scared, Maya admitted into her mother's shoulder. I know, baby, Lena sobbed. I know. The handler approached slowly, removing his cap. Ma'am, he said to Lena, his voice thick, I am so sorry. What happened? The manager demanded. The handler looked around, shame crossing his face. These dogs were part of a demonstration nearby. There was a scent marker, training material, that somehow got transferred. Probably from one of our officers brushing past the table earlier. Lena stiffened. So my daughter was targeted because of a mistake. Yes, he said quietly. A terrible one. The silver-haired woman stepped closer. You nearly traumatized that child. I know, he replied. And that will stay with me. Rex walked up to Maya and gently licked her hand. Maya giggled despite herself. The handler smiled sadly. He doesn't do that for many people. Maya looked up. Can he stay with us? A few people laughed through tears. The handler shook his head. He has a job. But, I think he'd like you to have this. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small police dog badge sticker, placing it in Maya's palm. For being brave, he said. Maya studied it. I wasn't brave, she said honestly. I was just trying to be nice. That sentence hung in the air. The officers began filing out, the dogs calm now, tails swaying. Conversation slowly returned, though nothing felt quite the same. The manager approached Lena. You can take the rest of the day off, he said gently. Paid. Lena nodded, still holding Maya. As they prepared to leave, customers stopped them, offering hugs, words, shaky smiles. The silver-haired woman pressed a folded bill into Lena's hand. For ice cream, she said. Both of you. Outside, the afternoon sun felt unreal, like they were stepping into another world. Maya skipped once, then stopped. Mommy. Yes, baby, did I do good? Lena knelt, meeting her daughter's eyes. You did more than good. Maya smiled, clutching her sticker. Behind them, through the diner window, Rex sat in the patrol van, watching until they disappeared down the sidewalk.